Hi guys, Chris with Deskhaus. Happy Friday. We are going to continue on with comparing our desks versus others. So I am sitting on top of our Peak Import series with one of our HPL tops. And next to me is the Branch Duo. The reason we have these two next to each other is this is going to ring out at about $715 and that rings out at $699. Yes, you can catch it on sale for a little bit less, but even at its lower price, I think after this video, you'll see why spending just a little bit extra gets you a lot more. And before we get into that, on top of here, each desk has an Ergotron LX monitor arm, but next to me, we have an Ergotron MVX monitor arm, which is about 250 bucks. And we've got about a dozen or so of them. They are only in white, but stick around to the end. And each time we do one of these videos, we're gonna be giving them away. So just stick around to the end and I'll show you or explain how you could win one. So to start, one of the things when companies like Branch and others try to have a value model is they go down to a 2-segment column. The biggest key thing is we still have our 3-segment column. So this starting height is 26 inches, where that starting height is 28. So for you short kings, while that desk might go to the standing height you need, it's probably not going to work for your seated height, which I think is just as important when you're buying a desk ergonomically to have the right seated height, because let's be honest, you're probably still going to be seated most of the time. Let's raise it all the way up, show the height difference. So you're going to have 47 inches versus 51. Again, the key reason is they're using a 2-segment column while we're still using a 3-segment column. Both of these frames are made in Malaysia. So they're both import models, but on our import price, import budget-friendly base, we are basically using the gold standard with everything that we can. Guys, max height, no 2-leg is going to be great. This is not good, and our base is not going to be good. But let's drop below and let's talk about some of the key differences. First of all, you have somebody that looks like they go to the gym for leg day and somebody that doesn't. You're going to have a 21.5-inch foot versus a 26.5-inch foot. This is a fully welded, it's fully encased, where this, I did get a picture when I was assembling it. When you look at the bottom of it, it's basically very cheaply made, where we're all the way around. I don't have the exact figure on the weight, but I wouldn't be surprised if our foot weighs 4 or 5 times more than that foot. So starting off at the base, it is a cheaper start. You then go to a 2-segment column versus a 3-segment column, and then you bring it up, and they offer this as a quick install. So they're using basically a VT bracket where you can kind of slide it in. You slide it into this channel, screw all this in there, are threaded inserts, and you're good to go. So this base is probably going to take 30 minutes less compared to how long it takes to assemble ours. That said, you're getting just the VT brackets. You don't have connecting brackets. On this size model, it appears that they give you like an anti-sag bar, and ours was white. I don't know if that was a mix-up, but I wouldn't be surprised if, since they pack this with the top, that they're all white. Given it's underneath, it's not a big deal that it doesn't match. So without having, connecting crossbars, you're gonna get worse side to side. And then something I thought was really weird is they pre-drill the holes for the control box, and they put the control box directly in the back where somebody would wanna mount a monitor arm. Now, in order to get this monitor to be center, we had to have the Ergotron mount all the way back. So if you had a wall right here, your desk would have to be 6-7 inches off the wall just to have it center. Now you could move this all the way over here and kind of have this shifted out to not get it to be out as much, but I mean, I'm not a fan of the look. And also, to be completely transparent, yes, you could just move the control box, but the fact that the pre-drill location was there just seemed a little off to me, where in ours you can just mount it center and you're good to go. So let's lower this to a more average height. That was the anti-collision that just triggered. try to get them roughly the same. We'll start over here. So this says 39.5. Getting a decent amount of play versus not as much. Now, one thing I did forget to mention is if you look down below, we are using the wedge in our columns where this has our standard, what's on our Apex series. It doesn't have the wedge. Now that's going to help front to back stability as well as side to side. So here you get a good amount, where here you don't get as much. Let me just get this a little level. And this one seemed like it was level already. You can't hear any chatter on there. So once again, this is $699. This is $715. Key things, you're getting a much beefier foot. You're getting a 3-seg column with a wedge design, a full frame structure. Our HPL tops have threaded inserts just like this. And then it has a capture plate as well in the center. So you can just slide the control box on and you don't even have to worry about screwing that in. This top is made in Michigan. Their top is made overseas, and then both these frames are made in Malaysia. But for, not on sale, $15 more, where, you're gonna most likely put this together once and never have to move it. Sure, you're gonna save 30 minutes, but ultimately you're gonna be working at a desk like that, where when you work at a desk like this, you barely get any motion. So before we end it, like I said, we're giving away one of these monitor arms. All you guys have to do is put a comment down below. You don't have to subscribe. You don't got to do anything else. You could tell me I'm pretty. I don't really care, but that's it. Thanks for watching, guys.